Hi guys, good morning. Here's another video. I felt compelled to do this video and I may not post it straight away. It all depends on how I feel. And that is kind of what this video is about. My actions, what I do, what I don't do, how I act toward myself, toward other people, everything, all our decisions, all our actions, all our do's or don'ts, or is this my intuition telling me to go here, or da da da. Everything is insidiously influenced by that thing I call the black hand or the dark generator. And I've a whole new level, a whole new layer of awareness of it has been revealed to me. This is what will happen to those who truly do the work of purging and alchemizing, right? Because the more of that mind control and trauma is alchemized, the more it is revealed to you, the more you see it, the more your eyes are open. It is part of the course. So I don't really know where to start. So I guess I'll start at the beginning, and I don't know how good this video will be. Here's the thing, I know every time I do a video now, I realise that everything I say is gonna sound different. People will only understand it up to the level they're at. It's as simple as that, right? They're not going to understand it beyond the level they are at. You know, we're all very codependent, and when you awaken, you want other people to be on your level. You want everybody to really get it, because you feel isolated, you feel lonely. And every time, it's like this morning I went on Facebook very quickly, and somebody had posted, you know, you get these posts on Facebook where it's some fucking celebrity who supposedly said this or that, and they're always these wise type of things, but they're actually just meaningless platitudes that don't really translate very well to reality at all, you know. You know, when you're there on your knees suffering terribly and begging for mercy, you know, you think, shut the fuck up. And it's always these celebrities, and like somebody had posted something like that about Keanu Reeves, saying, oh, he's such a wonderful person, blah blah blah. And I felt like vomiting, literally. This is somebody who's a Facebook friend of mine, and I like this person a lot, and I think they're a good person as well. But that's just where she's at, and that's her level of awareness. I mean, there's things she gets, and then there's things she doesn't get. And that thing she posted about Keanu Reeves is garbage. It's absolute disgusting fucking garbage. That's what it is. See, somebody said the other day, they said to me, oh, truth is a relative concept, you know. And I thought, well, that's nonsense. That's absolute bullshit. And somebody else had said something. So this lady that I talk about, this astrologer who has a YouTube channel, said something that I thought was true and resonated with me. She said, you know, there is truth. Everything that supports life is true, and everything that harms life is not true and is a lie. And that's the difference between good and evil, right? My looms, you okay? Come on then, darling. Do you want Mum to put you there? Just a second, guys, okay? Yeah. Oh, it's okay, honey. Come here. It's fine. Here, there you go. Let's just soft bed a little bit. Have a little snooze now. That's it. I thought, you know, because in our own thinking, our own feeling, our own behaviour, our own experience, you can look, at some point, you get to the point where you understand quite clearly, perhaps not 100% clearly, if there's even such a thing in this level of reality, whatever the fuck, but that, yes, when I do this, or when I feel like this, or what is happening inside my head, is harming life. My own life force is being usurped and used against me, and so it is used to be against all the living waters of life. It just is. That is the fake persona, a lot of people refer to as the ego. I don't like to call it the ego, because actually to me the ego is the self-aware. It's I am self-aware. But so I call it the fake persona. The fake persona is the narcissist, you know, convincing itself, oh, this is the truth. And no, it isn't harming life, even though it blatantly is, you know, because the lie and the self-deception, you know, that this behavior is not harming me and it's not harming anyone else and it is good and true, and when in fact it isn't. But anyway, I digress. Whoa. I was watching an episode of Stargate because I've not been... I mean, this is the thing, yeah? Unless you're well off and you live on in the middle of the country and in a big house and you have space and you have this, that and the other, you're likely to live in an apartment surrounded by other apartments, a bit like, you know, 1984, where he lives in this little box and there's all these other little boxes, and all they have is this large TV screen with Big Brother propaganda 24/7. It's really like that, guys. It's made to look like it isn't like that, but the truth is that it really is. You know, it's a Coca-Cola ad, you know, I want to build a world of home and furnish it with love, and in fact, no, it rots your insides and gives you cancer and dementia, but you know. So let's say you live in 1984, you know, and you're not well, so that you don't get, I mean, like for me, I've got fibromyalgia, or they say that it's what it is, and in fact I think it isn't. I think it's something else altogether, but it plays up a lot when I go through purgings, and the last 7 years of my life have been incredibly difficult, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, in any fucking imaginable way, and my body now is in such a state that I cannot do the things that I want to do. Also, my liver doesn't function properly, so there's another element to that, you see. Long story. So what do you do when you're in a certain state, you know? So I'm there, I'm thinking, well, there's lots of stuff that I just don't want to watch anymore. I just finished watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which is my favourite all-time television series. I love it, absolutely love it, and it was very meaningful, and I got a lot out of it, synchronistically. So then it was like, okay, well, you know, what else can we watch? And it's like, not that. Most shit, I just won't watch it anymore. I can't read books. I haven't got the wherewithal to do that. It's very, you know, it's very, very difficult, where everything has been cut away, and my artistic expressions have fallen by the wayside. You know, you lose, and yeah, you just lose so much along the way. You sacrifice so much, because that is what it is to really do the inner work, to really go into the trauma. When you really get to grips with it, where you understand it totally. Well, I don't know about totally, because if that were the truth, then I think there's still more for me to understand. There's still more to come, more to be revealed. But and you know, and oh god, here I go again. It's going to be very rambly, guys. You know, and I don't even know. I feel so fucking frustrated at the moment, guys. You know, because. And it's like in my head, see, this is what I mean. This is the hell contagion. This is the dark generator. In my head, it's saying, oh, you're bound to get a horrible comment from somebody telling you that, oh, take this supplement or take that, and then you'll feel better. Because I do get that. When I talk about things, you know, but that is a dark, undermining thought, yeah? That makes me feel fucking shitty and heavy. That makes me feel like giving up. Do you see? So there's a good example for you as to what the Black Hand is and what it does to us. Because does it matter? Does that matter? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't matter what anybody says or anybody thinks or anybody believes. And when some narcissist feels the need to put you in your place and tells you that you're getting it wrong and that's why you're suffering so much, that, you know, well, there's something wrong with you. If you can't do any art, if you haven't done any art for about 2 years, it's because you're getting it wrong. Or if your body is falling apart, that's because you're getting it wrong. And they gleefully almost tell you that. They get off on it, you see, because they're spiritual narcissists. And they are an external representation of that Black Hand inside your head, which is also telling you that you're getting it wrong, otherwise you wouldn't be suffering this much. But I know that that isn't true, because my God, the understanding, the inner shift, and oh boy, the knowings, the understanding, the perceptions, the wherewithal, the self-love, the true consciousness rising, all of that, it's worth it. So for those of you truly doing the work, truly introspecting, truly going into your trauma, your emotional, like your emotional, energetic, complex mining operation. This is not about, oh, looking at conspiracies or looking at the external, what's going on, and going on about that and thinking about that. No, that is not going within. If that's what you think is going within, then forget it. That's not it. I cannot possibly begin to explain to people how to go within, because it is a mystical revelation, right? It's not something that you can read about in a book or be told about by somebody. Hence, I don't believe in gurus and teachers and leaders and that sort of shit. I don't believe in it, because people can tell you. I've done these videos now for years and I've been telling people this, that and the other, and yet there's still so many people leaving comments and listen to my videos that don't get what I'm really talking about, which is perfectly okay, because we're all one way or another on the path on different levels doing what we're meant to be doing, and so that's absolutely fine. I will listen to videos of other people and be like, oh, this, that and the other, I'll interpret it through my own, you know, shit, and that's how it is meant to be. The only reason I get upset and this and that and other about it is because of my Helgen taking and my own crap. The dark generator saying, oh, this is a sign that you're wrong. Doubt yourself. This is a sign that evil always wins. Nobody's getting it. Nobody's like you. You're all alone. You get what I'm saying? That Black Hand interference. There are so many different levels of awareness as to what it is, how it works, what it does, why, right? But it is what this realm is. It makes this realm. It creates this realm. That dark, to most people, imperceptible influence. So I'm watching Stargate because there's very little left that I can actually watch. And there's very little for me to actually do. I can't read books. My eyesight is appalling now. It just went straight down. I wear glasses. It gives me a terrible headache, right? Audio books, forget it. Most books are like the movies. They're full of crap. It's no good. I can't do my art. I can't go on the hikes or anything. Like every now and then I try, but oh boy, it's been really dire this last month. All right. So apart from sitting on the sofa and staring into space, and you know, there is my true self says to me, well, you know, why should you have to do something? Perhaps you ought to just sit there and stare into space. And you know, often enough I put on some very special music that I have, that I know full well is very powerful and very healing, and I will literally just be. You get to a point where it's all taken away from you, so that you no longer have any distractions left from the obvious insanity within you that needs to be dealt with, alchemized, healed, purged, felt. None of these words will even begin to touch on what it is, how you experience that. Only those of you who are experiencing that to any degree, and there are many degrees of it, will get it. Because that black hand, that voice, that permeates everything in this realm, the minds and consciousnesses and bodies, etheric fields of all the so-called people, animals, trees, soil, sky, all of it, like a virus, like a parasite, is always there. And in your awakening journey, you'll become gradually aware of it. Some people will go to counseling and they will talk about the negative self-talk, right? They're really on the very, very outer periphery of it. And they'll talk to their counsellor about, oh yeah, that voice in my head and the negative self-talk, and then they'll go and have their rooster bee. Because it tells them you must go and have it, because if you don't, terrible things are going to happen, and you know. On the external plane, it manifests in a myriad of ways, but it's all fear, fear, fear. Dark, 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 dense, dense, disgusting, poisonous, dirty energy. You know it when you know it, and you'll sit there and listen to this video and you'll say, yeah, Nika, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You will also feel it. You will not just feel it as a, it's not really a voice at all, you know, it's an influence. It's like the Dementors, you know, in Harry Potter. That's what it kind of, you know, I call it the Spectre. I have many different names for it, you know. I might call it the Black Hand, I might call it the Dark Generator, I might call it the Spectre, the Dementor. We also have the Patronus Charm within us. Harry Potter's Patronus Charm is a stag. And I get a lot of stags, I see a lot of stags. Driving the other day in the country, a stag jumped out into the road right in front of the car. A beautiful, majestic animal. And it spoke to me in a big way, as indeed these things are meant to. This is all medicine, you see, as any shaman can tell you. Deer as well, you know, the female representative of these animals is the true consciousness, you see, very gentle, like a child, and yet infinitely powerful. Oh man. So, okay, so there I am watching Stargate, and in the corner on one of the computers I have, it says hell is 22. It only for 2 seconds it flickered up on the computer in Stargate. Hell is 22. Well, it set me off in a big way, right? It triggered me in a big fucking way. It was like, oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god. Panic, 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 panic. Fear, fear, fear. That was Tuesday, the 21st. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Right? Not a good day. I wasn't feeling great. I think it was the day I did the last video, posted it. Or was it? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hell is 22. Because my mind's saying, well, yeah, you know, there's been another 9 years of 22, you know, 20, 22, 20, 23, they're all 22s, and last year was 22, and 2020 was a 22, and it's never going to end, and you're going to suffer terribly. It's a thing I call negative synchronicity. I've had it before. Not very often, but it's come across, it's crossed my path a few times, yeah? It's the black hand manifesting its nastiness, you know, in a way. I mean, my true self says, fear not, my child, fear not. All is utilized, and this will be too. But suffice to say, the next day arrived. Now, this was December the 22nd, which I didn't even realize. I never thought about it at all. So I woke up, and when I wake up in the morning, it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I will get up and feed the cats, because I'm awake then, wide awake, and I'm utterly exhausted as I drag my aching body out of bed, severely depressed, feel like absolute abject shit every fucking morning. That's how it's been, right? Feed the cats, make coffee, start feeling a little bit better. Oh, hold on a minute. Bruce! Oh, it's my neighbour's cat, and they don't have a cat flat. They're a bit fucked up. They're nice people, but they're a bit fucked up, and their cat has some issue with his hind leg, and it's raining pelters out there. So I always invite him in. Not that I'm a cat stealer, but you know, I care. And I just saw him running by, and it hurts my feelings. It makes my heart ache. Everything hurts so much, doesn't it, guys, eh? All the suffering of the beasties and nature, it hurts so much. So. See, I talk a lot about hate and rage and shit like that, and I do feel that, but increasingly more and more do I feel suffering and grief and sorrow. And I spend quite a lot of time literally just crying, sobbing, screaming, in so much pain. That's, you know, the whole black kitten thing that I was talking about in my last video is one of those incidents, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's private, but oh, the suffering that you see, that when you see animals suffer, that or any of that, you know, and in a way part of that is because you know you are that animal, you know. It's your projected reality as well, don't forget that. And that's how I recognize a true soul traveller, when people really genuinely love animals and where the suffering of animals really gets to them. I'm not saying that it's a good thing to be in that state of agony, but again, it comes down to empathy. Imagine that word in massive glowing letters, right? Because when you get people who don't really care that much about animals, who you know, it's like, oh, it's fun to see them have a go at each other. Like, that was a bit weird, or it's fun for animals to, or to see an animal in distress and to just walk right on by. Talk about seeing an animal in distress, but oh well, there wasn't really anything I could do, when in fact that's not the case. There was something you could have done, but you didn't really care. That's not a soul traveller, that's something else. That is a soulless being. That's something else. That's psychopathic. I'm not, you know, I mean, back in the day when you're not awake, you may have done the same, but you grow and make amends and change. You know, wounded people wound people, and this, that and the other, all of that's true, but when people never ever change, you know, that's how you know you're dealing with psychopathy or sociopathy, because it never changes. It doesn't change. Not really. Anyway, so yeah, hell is 22, right? So that day arrived, and I didn't really you know, I didn't realise, I didn't think, oh, it's the 22nd of December. Anyway, so early, felt like shit, had a coffee, and then my friend, who suffers from insomnia, left a message saying, oh, do you fancy going for a walk? So I called him, and he came down. It was very early, it was a ridiculous clock, like 6 o'clock, and it was dark. And we had some more coffee, and then about 7 o'clock, I think it was, we set off. So first of all, the sky was a bright purple, like a peculiar kind of purple, and I have never seen that before. It was a kind of colour, honest to God, I've never seen that before. It was blazoning with it. It was incredible. I mean, I was speechless. I literally was like, wow. And there was nobody around. There was nobody around. It was dark, and it was like purple, no, magenta. I'm not even sure what to call the colour. It was incredible. So we drove to this place where, you know, we go for a walk. And I was happy because, well, happy is too big a word, but I felt a sense of gratitude because I was actually able to walk better. And to do this short walk in a place that I love, you know, by the river, was really just like, yeah, a blessing, you know. And to see that sky, that was a blessing. And I mean, believe me, when you get to where I am, type of things like that, you feel a great deal of fucking gratitude. You know, it's like, well, I'll take what I can get because your life has dwindled to so very, very, very little. And actually, guys, I really, before I forget, I feel like saying that, you know, that is actually really important, is that if you want out of the matrix, you need to let go of it, because this place is an abomination, you see. And so people that say, well, you know, why don't you take that, or take that supplement, or do that exercise, and then you'll feel better, and why you should be happy and doing loads of art, and you should be thriving, and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, if you're thriving, then you're okay with this place like that. You're not getting out. This place is hell. It's an abomination, and the only way out is the elimination process, where you sacrifice everything. It feels like a sacrifice. It's all taken away from you. It's revealed for what it is. That ain't gonna make you happy. The only way out is to relinquish it completely. To realize that it's an addiction and to let it all go. Eschew it. Shake the dust off your boots. And that's the hardest path, because everything will be taken away from you, and that is what's happening to me, and has happened for quite some time. And I knew that it would. I did a video called, was it The Rabbit Hole Has No Stairs? I kind of predicted it then, and it was already happening. It's a good video, by the way, guys, quite funny. Anyway, so we get there after having seen that incredible sky, and that sky was still there, but it was dark. And there's a little bridge that you cross, very old little clapper bridge. And I look down, and right there in front of me on the ground was, excuse me, what I can only describe as a little black thing. I don't know at all what it was. I can't describe it. It was like a little black thing that seemed to be made of black liquid. It jumped from the ground up to the wall of the bridge, but it didn't really jump. It flowed. You know how when you have, let's say, a thick liquid, like, I'm not really sure, like honey or something, yeah? It was like that, only instead of honey, when it, you know, when it comes off your spoon, this was the other way around. It was black, and it was really black because it was dark. But there was sunlight, and it highlighted the very fact that it was very, very black. It was a very, very black, tiny little creature that was situated on the ground in front of me, that then flowed up onto the wall of the little clapper bridge and then disappeared. Literally just disappeared. It didn't move anywhere from there. It literally just vanished. Now, when shit like that happens, your mind goes, no, that's not real, that's not happening, you're imagining that. And again, this is the black hand. This part of the whole black hand mind control bullshit, right? That isn't real, that isn't happening. Well, it is real because I just saw it. But you know, what do, right? You think, well, I just saw that happened. I'm not going to allow any cognitive dissonance to tell me it didn't happen, because I know that it did and I saw it. It went to me, said, oh, it was just a bird. Yeah, oh, it was a bird. No, it was very, very close to me, and a bird would never ever be that close to you. You know, birds don't move that way. Birds are not that black, that they're blacker than black and oily. Look, it was just, wow. Anyway, it was not a bird, because I know birds hop. Birds would never allow you to get that close to them, you know what I mean? Not even a robin. So that was poignant and significant, but you know, what do? Like I said, you know, you think, well, I just saw that just happened. So put that that incident of high strangeness in the cupboard, along with all the other incidents of high strangeness that I've experienced, you know. There are so many. And you get on with your walk. So we did, and it was a pleasant enough little walk, and got back home. I had some other things to do. And then all of a sudden, I started feeling mentally, emotionally, energetically and physically really horrific and awful. Like, I can't even begin to describe it, guys. Other than I felt, it wasn't even all the feeling, like when I say mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. It all began with an acute moment of awareness of, now I really get it. I see that dark generator, the spectre. I see it. I see what it's saying to me. I see how it's fingering me, manipulating me, influencing me in all these different ways. Oh boy. Broad spectrum dominance of consciousness and how it creates this realm. It was blatantly clear to me. Like a revelation. It was horrifying, but it was necessary, you know? I mean, things like, you're dirty, you're disgusting, you're bad, guilty, you deserve to suffer, suffering is good for you, you have to redeem yourself, you deserve to be in hell, you're powerless, you're so worthless, you don't deserve to exist, you're dirty. These are the words that I give it, because it doesn't use words. It has a frequency language. My friend, he has a shitload of really weird shit going on, but one of them is all the high-pitched weird noises. And I did a video, it's called The Psychopathic Frequency. It might be worth listening to that for those of you who want a better understanding of it. Sounds, it is a frequency. That is what it is. It's a frequency. And it's interesting, if you start to look into music, they have that whole hertz thing going, guys. And you listen to a lot of music and really pay attention to how it makes you feel. And you will come to the realization that it's negative, that it's the psychopathic frequency, which is again why there is a shitload of music that I no longer listen to. I used to love The Cure, right? Or The Pavement, or a lot of the heavy monster sounds, you know, that I cannot listen to anymore. I won't listen to any of it anymore, because it is so toxic. My system I can't do it anymore. It makes me feel sick, right? And you could say, well, that's all wrong and you should still be able. And it's like, no, fuck you, Mr. Narcissist. That is right. It shows me that my frequency or vibration, whatever you want to call it, is now so high that I can no longer tolerate this evil filth that has been given to us as entertainment and a sign of rebellion. You know, back in the day, in the late 80s and the early 90s, when I didn't really have a fucking clue, and I was into all these types of music and all into this and into that and into, all kinds of shit, thinking that I was being rebellious, you see, but that was not rebellion. What I'm doing now, that is rebellion. And it doesn't look like that at all, and it doesn't feel like that at all. It's a very fucking different thing. And it has nothing whatsoever either to do with being a warrior, or being a sage, or being better than anybody else, or being stronger than anybody else. It has nothing to do with that. One thing I really fucking hate more than anything in the world is flattery. They come at you with this fucking false, saccharine, cringeworthy flattery, these people, and telling you how great you are and how incredible you are and how strong you are. And it's like, you don't know me. Stop talking to me like that. It has nothing to do with that. For those of us who have really, really done the work and are doing the work and will continue to do the work, we know what this feels like and what we have given up, what we have lost, what we have sacrificed, what we have suffered. We know all of that. And I will never stand there bombastically calling myself, you know, a warrior or this or that. There might be times where I feel a little bit cocky. But when all the chips are down, I don't feel cocky at all. I don't. When you're with your back against the wall, in the utmost dark, terrifying distress, you don't feel that way. And so when people say that, when they flatter you and they put you on a pedestal, they make a mockery of that, of this raw truth that you are facing, that you are in by choice, because you are doing the fucking inner work and you understand what it means, and you have sacrificed everything for truth, for that which supports life. They sacrifice fucking nothing, and they choose that which harms life whilst telling themselves that it supports life. That is your narcissist for you. I've had it time and time again throughout my life. The flattery. And it always makes me realise something isn't right here, because you know what? When I meet a true soul traveller, they don't do that. They sit next to you, or you're you know, in contact online, and you talk about realness. They talk about their own inner work, with warmth, with compassion, with wisdom, with empathy, and with a genuine humility. Not a grovelly, I'm not worthy. No. It has respect for itself, but it has humility, because it knows the truth. It knows, I have walked this path. I see you, and I know that you see me. Now that honors the true path. That honors the truth. It's an honoring between two empaths. There is no, flattery is not necessary at all. It is, flattery is an evil thing, and it's an insult. It has nothing to do with love and with building people up. It has everything to do with, I want something from you, so I'm going to tell you all. It's love bombing, basically, you know, but it's very, there is a lot of it in this world, and it's a long story. Anyway, I started feeling weird, and like I said, I became so horrendously aware of the spectre, the black hand, and how it has totally influenced everything in this reality. Oh boy, there is no way I can put this into words, guys. It's fucking like, wow. And all of this, the only reason I'm on this level is because of doing the work, you know, the introspection again and again and again. And because it is mystical, because you do it only and can do it only when your true self says now, and that's when it starts and you begin to truly awaken. It's like when I saw the osteopath. He's a really nice man, I really like him. And he's interested in a hell of a lot of interesting things, and we have conversations about that whilst he's cracking my skeleton in all kinds of painful but helpful ways. And it becomes blatantly clear to me that he is not awake, but that he has the propensity for it, and that it may happen when it's meant to happen, like it happened for me. And it was like the flick of a switch, and it was a mystical revelation. You see, beyond the mundane, of course it is. So you can badger people and red pill them all you like, but it's not going to make any difference, you know. And the only reason you do it is because you're afraid, because you want them to wake up, because you have to wake up so that I feel better. That's really what that is, guys. I do it as well, you know. Less and less and less, because I know that the black hand is there, the fear. You got to do that. You got to send her a message and tell her that that thing she posted about Keanu Reeves is fucking stupid. You need to tell her that. My true self says, no, you don't need to do that. Don't waste your energy on that. This person will find their way if they're meant to. How they're meant to. When they're meant to. It's perfectly okay for them to do that. If it antagonizes you, then you need to go within and look at why that might be. Instead of trying to fix them, fix yourself, girl. You know? But that the day, the 22nd of December, became increasingly more tortuous. I began to feel like my whole body was riddled with dirt, like filth, like dirtiness, filthiness, like the worst kind of satanic, evil, dirty, disgusting nastiness from the very pits of filth and perversion and pollution and corruption. And then my friend says, well, I need to have the car cleaned. Will you come with me? I don't think I can face it on my own. And I went, yeah. And even whilst I said, yeah, something said, my true self, I think, that, yeah, it's going to be really difficult, something, whatever, but you must go and do this. So I did. So we drove all the way to the other end of town to find a place to shut. So then we had to drive all the way back again through hell, the black and white hell world. Everything is black and white and grey, no more purple skies. All the way back, all the dirt, the vista was as I felt. Dirty, disgusting, corrupted, poisonous, terrible, suffering. It's like you can hear the screams of all the innocents being tormented, of all the people being tormented by the insidious onslaught that is the dark generator in their psyche, and not being aware of it at all until they go to a counsellor and say, well, I'm suicidally depressed, I wonder why. And the doctor told me to take antidepressants because I have an imbalance in my brain. But I'm taking antidepressants, it's not really making a difference, and there's this voice in my head telling me all these horrible things, and it's a negative self-talk, right? All the way to here, because I did that, you know, oh, counsellor. Then I learned to apply all the counselling techniques to myself, and that was my journey inward. But anyway, so we get to that place, the car wash place, and there's all these people there, and they're like not English, and I said to one of them, said, where are you from? And they said, I'm from Afghanistan. But you know, there's this weird disconnect, isn't there? You cannot talk to people. Everybody's afraid of everybody else, everybody's suspicious, everybody expects the worst, everybody has a shitload of dark generator insanity, inspired by the dark generator going on in their psyche, if they are sold, which they weren't. I could feel nothing. But I'm always interested in people. Not, you know, I'm not here being afraid of you know, like asylum seekers or you know, any of that. I don't believe in that. I don't, you know, there shouldn't be any borders. People should be able to go wherever the fuck they want to go, you know, and do whatever the fuck they want to do. You know, people with souls, people who want to engage in that which supports an honest life, obviously, right? There was rubbish everywhere. This is right by the side of a river. The river was like a sludgy grey. I've never seen it that way before. There were used face masks everywhere. There was rubbish, plastic bottles, fag butts and shit everywhere. These people, the guys washing the cars, had absolutely no life force at all. everything was on automatic. They were doing everything on automatic. They were doing it really, really quickly, and it was all really distorted. I could hear the grind of glass against glass. It was like, this is hell. It reverberated. It was like, this is hell. You know, and it's interesting because, of course, in Stargate, there's an episode where they actually go to hell. It's kind of like that, but hell isn't really hell. It's a planet, but, you know, it's a long story. And it's all been very meaningful and poignant and whatnot. You know, it always is. It always is. There's always a true self saying, yes, though you walketh through the shadow, or is it the shadow of the valley of death, fear not, for I am with you, I am you, and all shall be fucking well. But of course, my other self is there going, no, I don't believe you, because this is hell, and why would I be here in the first place, you fucker? You have done this to me, you have put me here. You know? I'm not gonna fucking trust you, true self. I'm not gonna believe in the power of love, because why would love have relegated me to this evil hellhole? The hatred, the rage, the grief, the sorrow, the fear, all of it. And this feeling of like, I need to climb out of this now. I need to climb out of my own body. I was in agony in every imaginable way. It is unspeakable. And then toward the end of the day, got back home. And it was like, oh, what date is it? What date is it? I was like, of course the 22nd. Hell is 22. Then I started feeling a little bit better because I thought, oh, well, maybe it meant that. Maybe it meant just today, yeah. Because, yeah, 9 years of that would fucking totally and utterly annihilate every last cell of your being. And, I mean, that's not doable, you know. And I don't really believe that's going to happen anyhow, guys. But it was a very peculiar and horrifying experience. In so many different ways, and very, very fucking meaningful and worthwhile true at the same time. Something shifted in a big way. It was like that chunk of evil, insidious manipulation and gaslighting within your psyche had to be revealed to you at this level, so that you may see it and understand it at this new level, because this will empower you, because then you can truly fucking see it. You have disempowered it. You are taking back your sovereignty, and this is a part of that journey, my love. Yes? There are two consciousnesses. The black hand's dark generator hell contagion is one type of consciousness made up of all these different aspects within us that creates the realm we're in. And there is also the true self, which is that helm really facilitating, showing us the way through this hell realm. Oh, the hardest thing ever. The hardest thing ever. Wow, 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 wow. 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 The true soul traveler, the critter Sadarak, is the only one who can go where the others cannot go. December 22nd, Hell is 22, was one of these types of places. I really feel. And if that sounds arrogant, I don't care. I'm not really an arrogant sort of person. I can be a bit cocky, but I'm always aware of myself. I'm aware when I'm being fake persona-like, when I'm being cocky, and I see why I am being cocky, and I understand the wheres and the why fors, and I love myself and support myself. I don't beat myself up over it. It's fine. But the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth. And some of us are super fucking special individuals. We truly are. A true soul traveler is. For how can you ever be free if you do not face the ultimate truth of the evil that needs to be healed? With the power and the magic of love. All of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. That is what it is. And that is what going within ultimately means. That is what it is. And you will sacrifice everything for it. And it will seem as if you have lost everything. And everything has been taken away from you. And the grief. And that's another thing. Right? As these people, they cannot cry. If you cannot cry, you cannot heal. Learn to cry. Allow yourself to cry. The Black Hand will tell you, especially if you're a man, that it is weakness. It is not. It is essential for your healing that you learn to bring up and get in touch with your grief and your sorrow and your femininity within you, within the core of your being, your care for the living waters of life. Because as a soul traveler, there is only one reason you're here now, and that is to honor the truth that supports life, thus that supports infinite, unconditional love and creativity, the light reset. Because this place, which is not really a place, but a projection of a consciousness that is infected with a parasite, Black Hand, you know, has to be healed, right? It's not about hating it and wanting to destroy it. That is what created it in the first place. But it's about love and forgiveness and letting go. And love, 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 healing, the powers of love. Again, you will not understand it until the day that you do understand this. And until that point, you will still want to go into the vengeance and the hatred and wanting to destroy it, or coming up with other delusional methods for getting out of the matrix. None of it will work because you're avoiding yourself. But hey, that's all part of the journey, and it's fine. If that's where you're at, that's fine. I was there too, and I'm here now, you know. Hell is 22. Fuck. I mean, it was terrifying because I thought I'm never ever going to feel better again. I'm never ever going to be allowed to leave this place. This is it now. They're going to slowly torture me to death. In fact, they have been slowly torturing me to death, especially for the last 7 years, but then again, really my whole life, because for nearly 54 years now, it has been fucking torture. You see, and my traumatized self, soul aspects all in there, banging, screaming. Ergo, hell is a place where you hear the gnashing of teeth and the screams, right? Hell lies within us, people. Hell lies within us. That is the hell contagion and the dark generated part of your consciousness. And heaven lies within it too. The true self. And that is where that leap of faith comes in. Yes. The leap of faith is something you take over again, over and over and over and over again. It requires incredible courage to let go of the dark side. Then, like me, I see it now. Oh, I have been its slave my whole life, and I see it so clearly now. And that is a moment of great power. And I dare say there's yet more to come, who knows. But I stand with it. I stand in my power, because I am here for one thing. Truth. Love is truth. Truth is love. It serves the living waters of life. Many delude themselves, deceive themselves that they are serving the light. But they are in fact serving that which harms life, and they cannot see it. They will not see it. Narcissists harm life. They harm themselves. And they will never see it. They are an external representation of an internal delusion. We must all face it. I have to face it again and again and again. And the only way that heals us now is love. Nothing else will do it, people. It is how it is. And going within is a mystical revelation. Our true self activates something within us and poof, you get it. And all of a sudden you realize that, you know, yeah. And you get it. And you begin to do it more and more and more. And it is the most difficult path. I said it in my last video, it is very fucking narrow and dark. It is going through the eye of the needle. But it is the only fucking way. You know that nice little platitude everybody likes to bandy about not having a fucking clue what it really actually entails? The only way out is through. Well, there you go. Yeah. So I think I'll call it a day there. I know this video, my words here, will be received in a myriad of different ways by a myriad of different people on a myriad of different levels, and that's absolutely fine. Do with it what you will. Let it be what you need. You know, whatever that is. That is how it is. I'm here working through my own shit. You know? YouTube is, the algorithm is fucking with me, fucking with my viewing figures, because it wants me to think that nobody likes my video. It says that, the dark generator, you know. It says, oh, don't do any more videos, Anika. It's a sign you should stop doing videos and call it a day with the Kismet Spiral, because, you know, look, your viewing figures are down. And it's like, well, I don't believe they are, because, you know, even in, when you go into it and the whole thing, and it's all fucked up, it's all weird and whatever. But I get some really good comments from people that feel that it's helping them, and I don't think I can actually really help anybody. I don't think it works that way. But I think that by me being here, doing these videos, just being my own wonky, raw self, often misguided, sometimes spot on, whatever, whoever, why I am. We are so many things, people. We are all fucked up and broken, you know. We've been through abject torture here, and we're going courageously into our light here. So we are also light and magic and incredibleness and infinite beauty and goodness and all of that we are as well. So I feel that by doing these videos and just being me as best I can, right, which means also often enough not really being me, but being a little bit egotistical, or being a little bit fake persona, or being a little bit that or that or that or that, or angry, or whatever, in whichever way I am here, I am doing these videos. I'm going to keep doing these videos because somehow it serves the truth. It serves life. And so that, regardless of what the YouTube algorithm and the Black Hand conspired to tell me, is how it's going to be. And I thank everybody for their comments. And I'm glad that you feel, you know, that you feel, I don't know, supported or whatever by my videos. You know, that's great. I feel good when you leave these comments telling me how my videos help you in some way. It's really just you helping yourself, because the reason that you like my videos and what I say is because it touches you on the inside, where you already know these things, the things that you resonate with, the things within you that serve the truth, that which supports life, will resonate with the things that I say that do the same, you see. So it's really not me helping you at all. It's you, your true self, helping you. That is all it can ever be. We cannot help each other, you know, and that is the truth. We can only ever help ourselves. But by speaking our truth and living our truth, we are good fucking examples. And then that connects with other people who are also doing that. And that is where that goodness comes in. That's just my opinion, but that is how it feels to me. So I thank you for your comments, and yeah, they make me feel good. It's good to know that this connection is happening, and you know, because it's fucking unspeakably hard going now. And so, yeah, I'm here, I'm doing my thing, you're there, you're doing your thing. And you are blessed, for you are a soul traveller. You are the Kwisatz Haderach, and only you can go where the others cannot go. And when you go there, it will take every fucking last ounce of courage that you possess. And that courage comes from truth, which is love. And you will do it. And it will reveal to you your way out, as it will reveal to me my way out. And this doesn't happen overnight. I think we've had a long way behind us and a little ways yet to go. But I feel strongly that for some of us, we are at a very pivotal point. Very pivotal, and that it will start to yield tangible results that we have waited for so very fucking long and are so richly deserved. All my love to all of you. Bless you all. You know, bless you all.